I'm Danielle, and I'm the hounds half of Hounds and Hams. And this is Luna. She's a 5-year-old Vizsla. And this is Hank. He's a 16-week-old Labrador Retriever. He's a fox red lab, so not a golden, just like darker yellow. And we like to do a lot of adventures with them. We take them hiking, paddleboarding, all that stuff. So they're kind of my adventure babies, and then they tag along with our family as well too. This is Hank. And he is a 16-week-old Labrador Retriever. And we got him for our family and to be a good adventure dog. So today we're gonna do a short little training session on just some things that he's sort of working on. Sit, down, come, and a couple other things. So he already knows all these commands. None of this stuff is new for him, but what he's working on is like actually doing them when I ask him to, and then holding those commands like sit and down until I release him. So he's starting to get a little bit older now. And so he's starting to have opinions of his own, and he's not super interested in always doing what I have to say. So we're gonna work on that inside, and then later we'll move outside. But it's 100 degrees right now, so today we're inside. All right, Hank, come here, you ready to work? You ready to go to work? Okay, come here, here. Good, here. Sit. Good, sit. So when I ask him to sit, one of the things I want is that he stays in that command until I tell him otherwise. I actually don't care if he goes into a down, but what I don't want is for him to move and go somewhere else. So if he did that, then I would go ahead and have him come back into a sit. But right now, I'm gonna put him back into a sit. Good, sit. And I'm gonna reward him for doing that. And we're starting to try to build up a little bit of duration at this point so that I can back away and we can walk around. And he knows he has to stay in that sit. Good, sit. So one of the other things that we've built up with him is 2 marker words to tell him if he's doing something that I like or something that he is not, or if he's doing something that I don't like. So good is his marker word. That means, yes, you're doing the right thing. And half the time you're gonna get a treat from that, but half the time you're not. It's just telling him, yes, keep doing that thing. And then the other marker word that we've built up is no. And no means I disagree with whatever you're doing. So whatever it is, you're gonna stop doing that. And I like using that marker word instead of having another command because you can use that anytime you want. It doesn't matter if you're outside and he's pulling on the leash, or if he's jumping up on someone, or if he's grabbing something he shouldn't. I don't have to create all these different words to tell him off or drop or leave it. I can just say no, and it means I'm disagreeing with that. All right, Hank, come. Good, come. Sit, good. And so one of the things, if we're outside, I'll always ask if I ask for a come for him to stay around here until I release him with an okay. So okay is his other release. It means, hey, you're free to go live your life, do whatever you want, right? But inside, he doesn't care as much about that stuff. Hank, touch. Good, touch. Down. Good. Ah, down. Good. So that was a really good example where we're trying to build physical space with that. And if he makes a mistake, no big deal. We just go ahead and put him back in that command, right? So for him, nope, down. Good, down. I want him to know that in order to get this treat, he needs to stay in that down. That's where he's gonna get that reward. Nope, down. Good. Good. He wanted to jump on that one, but he waited. Good job. Good, down. Nope, down. So again, he needs to stay until I tell him it's okay. The treat is not a release. Me releasing him is. Okay. So that's his release. And now he can do whatever he wants. And he's still really little, so you can tell that like that duration, that space, he's not ready for a lot, right? If we did this with our older dog, I could walk around the house. She's gonna stay in that command because she knows at this point. She's older, she understands what she needs to do, and he's still learning all that stuff. Let's try again. Down. Good. Ah. Down. down. Good. Good. And you can see too that when we're asking for that down, I'm pointing at the ground. So when we first introduced down, we actually used a lure, a food lure, and it took him a while to even figure out down, to be honest. So we're starting to phase that out, but he's not 100% ready. If he has his big sister out and I ask for a down and she does it, he will follow that lead. But right now on his own, he kind of still needs that lure a little bit. Good. Touch. Good touch. Come on, Hank. Good, come. Good. Sit. Good. Nope. Sit. Good. Good. Okay. And you can see too on that sit and on that down, he's still making a lot of mistakes because he's trying to pop up out of that, especially sitting on the hardwood floor. That's not super comfy for him, right? And he's slipping and sliding. But I'm okay that he's making those mistakes because honestly, every time he tries to get up, it's like a learning opportunity for him to realize, no, you need to stay in that command until I release you. And like we said, he's still really young. He's not even 4 months old yet. So he's doing really great with all of that stuff. All right, Hank, you want to do one last trick for the video? What should it be? Let's see. You want to do spin? Spin. Yeah, good spin. Okay, you sit. All right.